G'day, this is NrKy with another of my daily whinges. Today is the 11th of December 2008, and today's daily whinge is about job interviewers who like to waste your fucking time. Now, we've all had lots of job interviews, those of us who are desperate enough to need them. For people that have graduated and have not had job interviews yet, you don't have much to look forward to. Job interviews, all they do is they ask you a bunch of shitty questions and then filter out basically the candidates that don't want working for them, as opposed to the ones that they do. They basically pick the best of the worst, because to be honest, anyone who's already in the job that they want them to be for that company is already going to be hired. So the rest of us that are left over were the crap that were just retrenched from our old jobs. So basically what they do is they ask you a whole bunch of questions, and every company asks the same fucking questions. Without a doubt, I've been asked the same question about 50 times over the years since I graduated from school, and it's fucking boring. They never say anything original. The problem with this is that they all have the same answers to them. So they're going to interview, say, 50 people for the one position, get the same fucking answers all day long, and then try and figure out, hey, which staff member do we want to hire based on the fact that they've all said exactly the same fucking thing. G'day Aaron, thanks for coming along to the interview. Now we're going to start off, I'll just ask you a few questions. Firstly, give me 5 words to describe yourself. Good question. I'd probably say I'm proactive, I'm an optimist, I'm honest, and I'm a hard worker. Now, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Good question. Where do I see myself in 5 years? Probably with a wife and kids, in a nice big house, white picket fence, a mortgage, and a stable job. What would you say are your strengths? Probably say that I like to dedicate myself to something and see it through to fruition. I like to do something and get it done, finished. I'm guessing your next question is probably going to be, what are your weaknesses? Yeah. My weaknesses are that probably I do lose sight of everything else when I put myself to a task. I tend to distract from all the other things that need to be done as well. So for example, in my last job when I was working at CMG, I was working there for a year so that I could get into the reserves for the Air Force. But while I was also there, I basically forgot to work on my health as well, which is why, as you can see, I got a little bit of a belly. But yeah, I forgot to do everything else as well. My house was a mess for a year. I was basically just focusing on my job. It's probably both a strength and a weakness at the same time. Why did you leave your last job? Well, with CMG I was retrenched because they were going under and they had to get rid of a lot of staff just to save on costs. Bit of a short-term solution to a long-term problem, but they trained me up for a year and they gave me customer service and sales skills, so I'm thankful for that, and I enjoyed the ride while I was there. What sort of salary were you looking for? I was looking for about 40k plus super, and if you have commission and bonuses as well, just on top of that as well. The last position that I was in was 38k plus super, and commission and bonuses and milestones and prizes and competitions and all that as well. But with the salary, basically, you might as well just keep moving up from where you were last time, otherwise you're just going downhill. Eh? See, there we go. A classic example of a boring interview where they're just wasting your time, and after the interview they're going to say something like, well, thanks for coming along to the interview today. Don't call us, we'll give you a call. We've got a lot of candidates to go through. If you don't hear back from me by tomorrow, don't worry, it just means that I'm really busy. I'll give you a call the day after and let you know when you were successful on the job there. And if you weren't successful, I'll just pass your details on to your temp agency or the person that you contacted originally. Never actually bother to call you back. Just waste your fucking time and make you think that you've got the job because I told you a positive response just to get you the fuck out of my office. Now, I don't want you to work for me, but I'm going to be nice to you in the last 2 minutes before you leave anyway, just to make you think that this is a great place to work at, so you'll go and tell all your friends that you had an interview at Crazy John's, and make them all think that they really want to go shop at Crazy John's. Now, 2 weeks after we've completely ignored you and you've called us up and said, hey, what happened with the interview? Did I get the job? We'll beat around the bush, not answer the phone, waste your time, pop you from division to division and never actually give you a real answer. That's okay. You can just call up your temp agency. They'll tell you the truth, and you'll never want to hear from us again because we're going to ignore your calls every time you call in, even though the temp agency themselves said that they're sick of dealing with us because we just fob off all their good stuff. That's okay. You can just get a better job later on because this place isn't worth working for because we're going to fuck you around. So, in conclusion, don't waste your time going for interviews with Crazy John's or most corporations like Coles, Mobil, unless you're completely desperate for work and are actually looking forward to being rejected by a shit company. Even Subway won't fucking hire me. Well, that's it for NrKy's Daily Whinge on the 11th of December 2008. Thanks for watching and have a good day, mate.